Round 2 of the 2023 FIM NL MotoE World Championship, with the volume already pretty loud out here, even if it won't quite be on the track. So welcome back, guys, especially you, Jordi Torres from the Openbank Aspar team, leading the way as we head into Mugello now. And in second place, after 2 podiums in round 1, is Hector Garzo from Dynavolt Intact GP MotoE. And then we have winner of race 2, bouncing back in some style at Le Mans, Matteo Ferrari from fellow Gresini MotoE. And a big warm welcome back to Eric Granado. Finally, you make your press conference debut, as well as your debut on the track, after some injury struggles after a crash in World SBK. Welcome back, Eric. Good to see you rejoining the LCR E-team ranks. But we will start with Jordi, as ever. It's going to be the obvious first question for you, of course. You're no stranger to the top of the standings, and there you are once again after round 1 this year. 2 great races for you in France, some more good speed. How are you feeling now ahead of Mugello? Because a reminder for everyone who doesn't remember, you didn't actually race here last year.
Yes, for sure. Right here on the top is a great feeling, because you arrive here with a very positive energy. But we need to understand this weekend, for be the most competitive as possible, to understand in which points we need to brake, or the speed, the medium speed on the corners, and for sure learn well how is the braking points, or these kind of things, because 9 years without riding in Mugello is very far.
I was going to say, we saw the Aspar team tweet 2014 in MotoE,
yes,
the last time you
9 years ago is many time. But yes, I do everything in my house to ride here, to understand the most fast as possible, how is possible to run more faster with less laps in the free practice.
And you say in your house, does that possibly mean on the video game?
Of
2023
course,
version of which
course.
is released today
Yes.
worldwide.
In a
Perfect
segue. In a MotoGP video games, and also in a many different kind of video games, also with a cars or with a wheel steering, or yeah.
So some real research has gone into this.
I try everything to arrive here with the maximum possibility to adapt my faster lane, or this kind of thing. For sure, the most important tomorrow at 8:30 in our FP1, maybe is follow some guys that maybe hear somebody give me 1 lap to understand more fast.
Any volunteers or?
No. Nope. No.
Okay, so that's your opening tactic then. Like you said then, obviously, you're still finding out a lot about the bike, all of you. It is new for this season. It seemed like Matteo found another step in the second race in Le Mans. Almost said on Sunday. No, on the second race in Le Mans. What did you make of that? He had so much speed, and now we're coming to a very different track here at Mugello, much less hard braking. How are you feeling?
Yeah, that you say, Matteo show us how is the potential of the bike if you try to believe on the tires and on the suspension, on the frame. And for sure here, everybody start in this level, no? Try to do 110–100% at the beginning, to still there and work in this area. And after in this kind of track that like Mugello, in a long corners, many change direction, and many uphills and uphills, we'll see what happens, but we don't know the comportment of the bike. We don't know the comportment when we brake for many time in this kind of brake points. But we don't have many laps to understand, and for sure it's more important our feelings than the setup of the bike.
Okay, cool. Well, best of luck, Jordi, as ever, and as I will say to all of you, but it's great to have you back on track with us here for MotoE and Mugello this time around. So Hector, we'll move on to you. You were maybe a little bit frustrated at times in Le Mans, but you took 2 podiums, you were very quick, you were very close to the win in race 1. A positive start for you?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Happy to be here in Mugello again. As you said, Le Mans was a really good start. The feeling was good since the beginning. The team and I worked hard in Barcelona and also in Jerez. Many laps on the wet and also many laps on dry conditions. But we should see what happened here. As Jordi said, we need to understand a little bit more how is the bike working, where is the limit, what can we do to force it a little bit more. But I have good expectations after Le Mans race. It's important to keep working, also to believe in the project, but for sure we need to start. We need to start pushing again.
And where do you think will be the key points here at Mugello with the new Ducati machine, with its kind of steps it's taken forward?
Well, for sure, fast corners like Arrabbiato 1 or 2 should be a fast point to win time. Braking point is important. Also, many chicanes, many change of directions, which we need to be fast. Try to understand how the bike is working better, and which is the way. No, let's see how it's working tomorrow. We don't have many time, but for sure, it's nothing new.
I was going to say it is. Unfortunately, the MotoE challenge, isn't it? But then you also have a bit of a shorter race to get your elbows out. So we'll move on to Matteo. Obviously, those guys had a super consistent start. You had kind of the opposite, with one really challenging first race and then a pretty glorious return to the top step later that day. So how are you feeling now? Do you feel like you reset immediately for the second race and now your momentum comes from that win?
Yeah, for sure. It was a really strange weekend for me because I was really fast during free practice, also qualifying. In race one, yeah, I started very well, but at the beginning it was difficult to take some gap with Garzo and Jordi. So I did a little mistake, and also during a yellow flag, so I'm sorry about that. For this reason, I did the long lap penalty during race 2, but yeah, I think I reset very well during race 2. We did some step on the bike, but not too much. The feeling with the bike is incredible at the moment, so I want to continue like this, and the most important thing is to ride the bike in this way and in every track. Now Mugello is completely different, so we will see.
We will, and you have won here. Obviously, Dominic, who's not riding this season, is the other winner here. Eric, you've been on the podium. Your teammate's been on the podium here as well. Do you think that experience will count now on a whole new machine? And also, do you think you could have predicted maybe some very similar names are fast on the Ducati to we've seen already in the past?
Difficult to say because this bike is completely different compared to Energica, but for sure see our data from last year, see some video, for sure is important, so we have a good information. In my opinion, some corners will change with this bike, also the braking point, but I studied a lot and I think we have a good base to start here in Mugello.
Well, best of luck, Matteo. Looking forward to seeing you guys back on track again. So, Eric, the first obvious question, we'll start there. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm very happy to be here, to be honest. I've been on a very difficult month after my crash on World Superbike, and it was so difficult for me to stay at home watching you guys racing in Le Mans. And yes, luckily I'm okay. It was very hard for me because, you know, when you have a concussion on the head, you don't know what can happen. You need the time. You don't know if it's 1 week, 1 month, or half a year. So luckily, I'm ready to race. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling 100% now. So for me, the best thing is to be here with them, and the best thing for me is to go on the track and ride again and enjoy the maximum I can.
So, well, we're very glad to see you back, like I said. What did you make of those guys in Le Mans when you're watching? Obviously, feelings aside of not being able to be there, what were your key takeaways watching the races?
Well, one thing is sure, I follow every second of them in Le Mans. Since the press conference I was already watching.
How many times?
I watch everything all the day, you know. So I saw you talking on the press conference, every answer, everything, to maybe take something for me for this race. And also I watched all the sessions in the live timing and also the races. It was very nice to see the level of the category and how the category is working, the new bike and everything. Unluckily I was there, but now I'm here. For sure, I saw that these guys put a very high level on the Le Mans race compared to the others. But now here, I believe, not just these 3 guys, but all the other riders, especially the Italians, are going to be very fast here. So we need to to see how it goes. But for me, the main thing is to be on the bike, enjoy, do the best I can do. You know, when you stay at home doing nothing, like every little thing that you do, you put more value on this. So to be here with you and go on the track for me is the best thing I can do this weekend.
Like the happiest rider in the paddock now.
Yeah, man. Last week I went to a ride on the bicycle and I was very happy, you know. And sometimes you say, well, I need to go cycling. It's difficult, but now everything is very nice, so I'm happy and ready to go.
Well, that's great. Some good enthusiasm there then. I don't know if you guys are taking that as a positive or a warning. We'll see. But in terms of then getting back on track, you were the quickest in the pre-season tests. The lap times there were already quite significantly quicker, a similar-ish gap to we saw the improvement you guys made in Le Mans. What do you think about where you'll slot in, given it's a new track? Do you think you're going to need some time to get back up there, or what do you expect?
Well, to be honest, I have no idea. You know, for sure, the feeling that I had on the test was great. I was very fast since Jerez. The feeling was so good with the bike, so the base we have is great. Now it's been a month that I don't go on a bike on a racetrack. For sure, my head is ready to go, but I need to see how I feel on the bike and understand how it is. After the FP2, I think I will see more or less how I feel. Unluckily, we don't have so much time to adapt on the track and to adapt myself to a racing bike again. But I hope I can be as fast as I can and enjoy a lot. And let's see what happens in the races.
Cool. Well, final question then. After you've missed the first round, assuming you're feeling okay this weekend, are you kind of seeing this in your head now as a 14 race championship and just starting from zero again and still giving it everything you've got?
Yeah, yes, for sure. Luckily, we have more races this year, so...
I was going to say, I've counted right? It's 14.
Yeah. I did the count already when I did the crash, and they say I can't race, so I already started to think about it. For sure, it's very difficult. I've lost 50 points. The level here is so high, so it will not be easy. So for sure, my head is to do the maximum points I can, do the best I can every weekend, and let's see what happens in the end.
Cool. Well, we will see. We've got two different approaches to being top of the standings there, and Hector in the middle with some good consistency. So that's everything from me. Have we got any questions from the floor? I don't think we have. Well, have a great weekend, guys. Very excited to see the new Ducati out in one of its home venues here at Mugello. And if we can stand for the photo before I let you go back to paddock partying. Beautiful smile, please. It's getting worse the longer you're holding it. Thanks a lot, guys. Best of luck this weekend.